How to fast. Speaking of food, perhaps one never knows how much food is consumed by an average person in a month until one fasts. Modern individuals consume too much food, and health specialists believe that the general population suffers from auto-intoxication. The scriptures clearly state that we should be temperate in all things. Psalm 78, along with other texts, powerfully depicts God's disdain for gluttons and gluttony. Here they lusted for more food while it was still in their mouths, and God completely killed the fattest ones. Some folks wear out one set of teeth while digging their grave. They purchase a second set to continue eating themselves to death. William Penn, the founder of Pennsylvania, famously observed of temperance, saying, "To this is a sparing diet adds greatly. Eat to live, not live to eat. That resembles a man, but this is a beast." Fasting and starvation are two different things. Fasting is a physiological process, whereas fasting is healthy and will relieve the body of most diseases when present. Starvation is harmful, and if prolonged, can lead to death. This is extremely unlikely to occur before about 100 days. The distinction between these two processes is crucial. For the time being, the appetite for hunger must be suppressed via sheer willpower and the Lord's guidance. The first days of the fast are quite challenging. Before the candidate has fasted long enough for hunger to leave, it will take some time and multiple attempts. Not only does the body need food at certain and regular times due to long-term habit, but the mind also becomes restless and continues to tell one that food should be appreciated. One seldom realizes how important food is until he begins a fast, to his mental frame of mind, as well as his physical and spiritual existence. As long as the body is constantly nourished, one does not think much about food. However, when it is withheld, it begins to play an important role in one's mental life. One has a constant desire to think about food. He anticipates the day when abstinence will end and eating will resume. Even from the very beginning of the fast, only instant diversion and a prayerful attitude may overcome this body craving. A glass or two of water will help to relieve the acute gnawing symptoms that normally occur in the stomach area. The rhythmic activity of the muscles in and around the stomach causes these sensations, which are present when food is first withheld and when the thought of food enters the mind. As soon as this thought is eliminated by focusing on Christ, these rhythmical muscular contractions, known as the peristaltic action, cease. After a short period of time, these severe hunger symptoms will subside, maybe to occur again at the next scheduled mealtime. A repeat of the water drinking and prompt redirection of attention will alleviate these symptoms. After 3 or 4 days, actual hunger will not return until the natural hunger returns at the end of the fast. Habitual hunger or habit hunger might appear unexpectedly and leave just as quickly. Let's talk about the salted water flush. If one wishes to accelerate the benefits of fasting at the beginning, a salt water flush might be utilized to flush out the colon. Mix 2 level teaspoons of salt into 1 quart of boiling water and drink. For cleansing reasons, do this at any time on an empty stomach while not fasting. Fasting is considerably easier when viewed in 3 dimensions. Hunger begins to leave after a few days. It is then easy to fast. There cannot be enough emphasis on prayer during the consecration fast. Intense prayer must accompany the fast in order to get the desired spiritual consequences, as we have mentioned. During a fast, one's taste buds can become extremely sensitive to water. The taste sense, like all of the senses, becomes extremely keen, and one may perceive flavors and metallic sensations that one has never tasted before. Bottled or other purified water is better than regular tap water. To avoid stomach cramps and other unpleasant symptoms, drink hot or warm water instead of cold water, unless the cold water is consumed very slowly. This is especially important if a person is skinny or is fasting in cold weather. One of the most difficult challenges that almost everyone who undertakes this unusual beneficial experience will have to overcome is the persuasion of over-soliciting relatives and friends who who will always try to tempt the patient to break their fast prematurely. Yes, I'm referring to you as a patient. Under the impression that he is injuring his body or starving to death. He may go by the wayside and undertake a delectable meal as a result of the strong and sneaky persuasions of overly soliciting relatives. If he does succumb to it, he should not be discouraged, because many attempts and willpower will almost always be required. If he remembers what great things and benefits await him in paradise, he will resist the hunger of lust. Refer to Deuteronomy 12, verse 20 and 21. A widespread misconception that one must stay indoors and possibly in bed during a fast of any length is completely false. It is founded on the premise that we receive our power and energy directly from the food that is consumed during the first or latter days of a fast. A sense of languor may be present. A working man can continue working if his job is not too difficult. His prayer, however, would not be as focused and as effective. Before getting out of bed in the morning, do some gentle movement and deep breathing. This will alleviate any dizziness and any weird sensations that may occur at first. Drink plenty of water, but take it gently. Typically, these symptoms develop during the first few days and then completely disappear after. Never get up from a position unexpectedly. The goal here is to get your blood flowing so that you don't faint. One will feel mentally and physically stronger after the body toxins have been consumed, expelled, and oxidized. Pains, dizziness, weakness, and strange feelings will disappear. All of the body's organs and parts, as well as the sense faculties, will be rejuvenated. Spiritually, one will feel as if the demons of hell had turned against him. The hardships encountered during this time are numerous, understandably so. The devil does not want to see a child of God go closer to faith. It just signifies defeat for Satan. Jesus' greatest test came after he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights. He fasted before performing a miracle. Fasting and prayer releases all unbelief and doubt. But when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth, and I humbled my soul with fastings, and my prayer returned into my own bosom. Psalm 35, verse 13. It is unlikely that you will ever face such trials as odd as those that arise while fasting or at the end of the fasting period. To prosper spiritually with God, it is essential to pray while fasting, and fervently so. Here is the result. There is no greater, glorious, or wonderful experience in the world than the one brought by praying and fasting. Words cannot express the blessings that this will bring. Your year-long prayers will be answered. Your diseases or sicknesses of others for which you have prayed will disappear. We will save your loved ones. You will have power and answers to prayer that you never thought were possible. Although many complications, many of which have been listed, can occur while fasting, including fainting, fever, dizziness, headaches, a tendency to vomit, severe sharp pains in the abdomen, weak knees, short breath, sleeplessness or sleepiness all the time, nervousness or vexation, foul breath, stuffy nose, sneezing, backache, burning kidneys, side ache, etc. These do not all appear at once. One or two may be noticed by one person throughout the fast. Please do not be frightened. This is a natural outcome of the fast, and is almost always encountered during the first part of the fast. Usually drinking hot water, gating enemas, you know the thing you pump at the other end, and exercising will alleviate the condition. Yes, exercising during fasting. The condition will clear up once the body has been cleansed. Drinking cold water too fast is a common cause of abdominal pain. The condition will be improved by changing to hot water. The oxidation or the waste substance that is what creates the fever. Large enemas might be useful when needed. Now here is the question. How long should we fast? Until we are certain that God has said our prayer, we will not be able to obtain the power that Jesus mentions. which allows us to accomplish the seemingly impossible. We should fast and pray regardless of whether this involves one meal, 7 days, or a complete fast lasting many weeks, 40 days, that is, or until actual hunger returns, which is a long fast. We can have a fast-through experience, a victorious experience. The essential energies are liberated from the difficult effort of digesting, converting, and moving food material through the 30 feet of your intestinal canal, much alone the energy required for increased heart rate, as soon as all of this energy is freed by abstaining from food. Oxidation begins with the body, which is nothing more than a fire in which all of the waste poisons are consumed. Hey guys, we have recently launched our channel memberships. Just click on the join button to subscribe so that you can get additional perks. There are 4 tiers of partnering with me, and this is a really meaningful way that you can support this channel. It will allow us to buy more equipment, it will allow us to get better editing and so forth. So please join our channel memberships to support our channel and also get access to more perks. We are launching a school of ministry just for our channel members, and there are gonna be exclusive perks for our channel members. But if you decide not to become a member, do not worry. We're gonna be pumping out more content more than ever before, and we can't wait to see you on the flip side. Shalom.